Well, hi everyone. I'm here today with Catherine. Say hi, Catherine. We're here today. I just wanted to come on for a little bit and talk about my Smoky Mountain retreat. And Catherine was there last year, and I have two other guests who've come to my retreats before. And I just thought we'd give a little interview. Thanks for coming, Catherine. I appreciate it.
Yeah. No, thanks for having me. I miss you.
I know, I miss you too. Last year was so fun.
I see you almost every day on something, but to see you in person was like, oh, she's my buddy.
I love the retreats for that reason. But in person, nothing really tops that, the in-person experience.
Yeah. And that was my first retreat I've ever done. And so I was a little outside my comfort zone, like what am I doing to go into a cabin with all these people I don't know? And it was just, I was so glad that I did it. And I showed up and saw you, and actually met a couple of the other girls like at the coffee shop. And then we kind of followed each other in and drove together and to get to the cabin. And everybody's amazing. And it's one of those things where it's so neat to find a group of people that we all do the same thing, so you can talk about where do you want to get, or whatever that you do, what your thing is, or who you communicate with, or what you do, and everybody's so into it and so excited to hear about you, and then I learned so much just by watching others, and the energy there was incredible. So it was really amazing.
Yeah, the energy is a big part of it. So we go to this cabin, it's got, we clear it, we raise the vibe, and then all the mediums together, all of us together, that really raises the vibration a lot. And so, you find that you can do things that you might not do at home. I mean, the vibe is clearer, you don't have things to do. I mean, the Wi-Fi doesn't really work that well there, which is a good thing. Yeah, we're not on our pads or anything, we're just hanging out, and I think it makes a huge difference. Did you find that it helped you to be in that space, or at the retreat, to help your channeling? Because you were still a newbie when you came.
I was, because I'd only been in the group a couple months when I was like, I'm doing it, I'm going. But I'm so glad I did, and I look back, and that was actually, I believe, for me, that was kind of like a catapult that moved me forward, just like what you were just saying, was that the amount of energy that you get off of everybody. And then when we're doing the workshops that you had set up and all the activities, and connecting, and each person would take their turn and stuff, but it's just the energy of that room, or the whole cabin, of just being there. And I mean, I made deeper connections than I ever had before, and I've only continued to progress even further since then. So I really believe that was like the beginning of just this energy boost that kind of kicked me on the other side.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was so glad you came, because I knew that was going to happen. It's to prove to you what you were doing, because you weren't sure, but you were amazing. I have recordings for you of you. Yeah, I can send them to you.
That's okay. It's something about watching yourself back on. No.
They're just audio. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'm glad to hear you say that it continued when you went home, because, you sometimes wonder, like, will it be as good when you go home? But it really felt like it brought you up a vibrational step in your channeling.
Yeah, because I think it helps you connect, realize like what that feeling is at a higher connection, if that makes any sense. And so knowing that feeling, or knowing how I got there, or something, that was something that I was able to continue. And that's how I know, like, when I sit with a card or something, if I'm doing a drawing or something, and I can feel, it's almost like a body chill that comes over me and stuff. And it was just little things that started to show up. And like I said, basically on that retreat, it just got a boost. It happened gradually through class, but like I said, the energy with everybody around just, yeah, it stuck with me. And I think that was just a big stepping stone. So.
Well, that's cool. I always feel like we all up level so much. This year I'm doing
Mm.
so I'm really helping anyone who doesn't trance to trance if they want to, or if they're beginners to have them start channeling, relay channeling, or, and even as an advanced light worker, there's so much more you can learn. I learn a lot in there too. And
Yeah.
this have
Well,
been
that's what I was worried about, because I was a newbie, and
Yeah.
I was just afraid that I was going to show up and all you guys are going to be advanced tag team, and I was just going to be, I was going to be able to connect, and I was going to make a fool of myself if I had to channel something. And it was just the opposite, because everybody was so kind, and we're all different levels, and I think we all helped each other. Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Well, so what was your favorite part or parts? It's okay if you have more than one.
The activities, obviously, I think were number one that you put together, just because of the steps that I took. But you cannot overlook, and I forget his name, the gentleman that was the caterer.
Oh, Chef David.
Food is amazing.
The food's so good.
Gourmet every day, and he brings all the food in, and it's just a massive spread of food every day. And and then you're in like the woods, even though all the cabins are together, but you're like in the woods, and it almost feels like
the view is amazing.
The view, and but also a very cool highlight, which I wish I could see it again, and at some point, maybe next year I'll do it with you again. But the CE5, when we did that night, I don't know what we saw, but we saw something.
We saw something. Yeah.
Not only the lights in the trees, but when it was like 2 or 3 inches.
That was a
great light. Boom! Came out the window and then shot straight up. I don't know.
I have chills. That was Faye. Like, so this year, what the Faye are telling me, since it's a Faye themed retreat, this year they're telling me that, like, from what we saw, that they're gonna have me thin the veil. Oh. So the CE5 will bring more Faye in, because they showed us last year that they could do that. So yeah, we're gonna be working with that veil thinning and I feel that what I'm learning now from the Faye is how to do a CE5 that's like Faye themed, like to see the Faye. So because that was Faye that we saw last time. That was incredible.
Yeah, it was really
so
cool.
Yeah.
So maybe I can FaceTime you. Be there.
Yeah, or next year.
Yeah, definitely next year. Yeah, just other family obligations this year. I just couldn't make it.
Okay.
But boy, it was fun. But I will definitely, absolutely do it again. Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on and talking to everybody, and I appreciate you. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Again, I miss you. It's so cool to talk to you online, or to type in something and also be in your class, and that me, but to be able to see you, face to face, and
it's
a hug,
so nice.
Have a cup of coffee on that balcony with you every morning.
I know. We had a lot of coffee on the balcony. I'll miss you on the balcony this year.
I know. We'll FaceTime me anytime.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Let's see. And then we'll bring in Joanne. Hey, Joanne. Oops. I put you on mute. Unmute you.
Okay.
Hey.
Hello. Hey.
This is Joanne. She came last year too, and she had an amazing transformation. I'd love if you would tell everybody what happened.
So, just a little backstory. I met Rachel in 2020, and I took a Oracle class from her. And then I did Reiki 1, 2, and 3, boom, 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 in order, and then decided that I wanted to channel, and took Trance Channel 1 and 2, but could not channel for nothing. I kept coughing.
No, you did okay.
I did okay, but I couldn't.
You did have trouble with the trance channel back then.
With the trance channel. Every time I tried to let a being in, I was coughing. Then we found out there was something in the house that was blocking me. So we had to get the house cleared, and then finally did that. So, life gets in the way. I've been seeing Rachel's retreats, and it's like, I need to go. Let it go by. And then I was finally like, okay, now's the time to go. You need to do this if you want to be serious about this, about channeling and doing whatever you want to do. So once I made that decision, I booked the plane, the room, told Rachel I was coming, I was like, okay, how am I going to get there? And she's like, it's all going to fall into place. And sure enough, it did. So my favorite part was when I channeled Buddha. I had a separate class with Rachel at the retreat. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. And as soon as we pulled the card and I saw him, boom, there he was. And I felt
It
like
was
I
like you had been
floating.
doing it forever.
Yes.
Which really
Definitely.
showed that it was just a vibrational shift that you needed of like the space to be so clear, you know?
Right. Being in nature, being in that cabin, being with people, the energy, it was great. Highly recommend doing this. Even if you are scared or don't think you can do this, this is what you need to do. 4 years it took me to get there, but I am there now. And
Oh, you were so amazing at the retreat. I just couldn't believe it. It was like you went from 0 to 100 in like a day or like an hour.
yes, it was crazy, but it was wonderful. And then the light language and it just kept building on top of each other, the energy and just being with people. Not that you would have to do anything, but just being in a surrounding where like-minded people, positive energy, it's just amazing.
It really is.
Amazing.
Having that vibration shift, you know, like not just the cleared cabin, but the people, and then the intention, and then calling in the Fae or starseeds, whoever we're calling in at that time, you know, it's like a really protected space. And so are you saying that you can still do it afterwards? It wasn't just like a one-time thing? Yay.
No, I can still do it. I don't do it as often as I should. But I do. I have a friend that's like, come on, let's pull cards. Let's chat. Like, let's do it. And so she's kind of like you, kind of just pushing me just a little bit.
Give a little push.
You just need a little push sometimes. But the CE5 was really great too. And when we saw that being, now that you say, you know, it was Faye, like that was just amazing. And it was like we were all like, come amazing. On, more, come on, like keep going, keep showing yourselves to us. And
for everyone that's watching, the CE5 is like where you call for starseed beings. And we saw 2 ships, and then we saw this big, what looked like a segmented light bug or something, like this big, about 10 feet up in the air, because it was really tall windows. We were inside, and we're in the window, and it came up. And then it flew up. It was crazy. Like we're on our feet. Everybody like.
And then during the day, I don't know if it was that day or the previous day, we were outside taking pictures, and we had that ship was in the clouds.
Yes.
And then
I posted a picture of that.
And then the words, it looked like they had light language in the clouds as well. Like that was really neat.
Really felt like they were near us. Yeah. Yes. It was really cool. I'd love to do the CE5. I'm doing a August retreat in Costa Rica that's like all starseed, but we got to bring in at least a little starseed in our favorite retreat in Tennessee because it was so fun. Yeah, it was really fun. Well, thank you. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right, now we have Missy. Missy, you ready? Here she is. Hey, Missy.
Hello.
You look gorgeous.
Hello, everyone.
So this is Missy, and she is, she's one of my good friends now, and she's been a client for a long time. She's a master practitioner at Soundwaves Hill, and she would tell everyone why you could not come last year, because it's a good story. What did we do the year before?
Oh, okay. So I was like, what? Okay, so the year before, one of the activities that we had done was manifestation. And we sat around the table and putting forth our manifestations on what we wanted to do. And so the year before, we were sitting around and my sister and I were there, and it's like, well, I'm going to open up a store. I'm going to open up a shop. And we manifested it, and lo and behold, the next year in March, I got my business license. In May, I got my building, and we opened up in September. So 100% worked. I mean, it 100%
so
on
crazy.
fire.
Because when we did that
I'm like gonna get
exercise,
tears right now. Yes.
I mean, I felt like you were talking about 5 years from now, but we did it like you were doing it right now because that's such the part of law of attraction. We always do this in retreats. So we did
Yes.
it like you're opening it right now. And I mean, you did in
And
less
it
than a
was
year.
in less than a year. And so I couldn't make it to the retreat last year because I was picking out paint, I was picking out carpet, I was designing the building. So I wasn't able to make it. I was, my funds were funneling that way. So a true blessing, absolute true blessing.
But this year you're coming.
But this year I'm coming. Yes.
And
The
what's
store's up
fabulous
and
about
running.
that is that Missy is another mentor who will be at the retreat. So she can also help. And we're so different in the way that we do it. So I love that. You know what I mean? It's
Yes.
like we do it differently because you're more warrior,
And dragon.
yeah. And so you bring that in. And I love that because, it's always good to have a second perspective,
Yes. And with the Fae, and all of us are light workers, but not all of our plans or purposes are the same. And so I think it's really important to study and embrace the difference in what your purpose is and what you're doing. And it's important for all of us as a collective to be together and work in that same space. That we all complement each other, we all amplify each other, and it's beautiful.
It is. And we've already said it so many times, but I know I've heard you say it too, just the difference of us all being in that space together. There's nothing like that. It's the most fun thing. I mean, this is the most fun that I have all year long. Like, I love it. I love the retreat. So much fun.
Being up there in the mountains, it's a sacred space as it is. And so up there in the trees, the clarity, the clearness, the grounding, the Fae, Mama Mountain, it's just beautiful.
It is. It's exciting too. I'm so excited.
I know.
Well, I thought maybe since you're here, you could do a little dragon light language for everyone since they're so kindly watching.
Yes.
Okay. Here we go.
I would love to. So we'll do this for clearing and for to clear space for anyone who is wanting to come to the retreat or whatever clearing that you need.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Asandurianta teo kotorianda and daiskatayanta hoyanda and daitetoyana. Onda and daiskatateo hos andriata teo kotorian pape andiata teo kosotoy. Handa de akatara and doyan daskateo hos kotoria. Tarasandria skataya. Blessings.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'll do a little bit too. I'll do some Fae light language. So this retreat, we're working with the Fae. We're working with actually I'm going to do Phoenix. No, that's too similar. I'll do Fire Fae. We're working with the Fire Fae, and I'll do Fire Fairy light language. And so that's Fire Fairies, dragons, Phoenix, and there's a lot of that Phoenix energy of being reborn, and also lava mermaids. Super cool. But here's a little Fire Fairy light language for just finding the path that's right for you. And if part of that path is a retreat, then I'd love to hear from anybody who'd love to come. That was cool. I could see these trails of fire from these little fairies.
It brings tears.
Aw.
I love their energy.
They're so fun. Well, thank you so much, Missy. Thanks
You're
for joining.
welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see all of you that are coming. It's going to be absolutely amazing. You don't want to miss out.
You don't. Thank you, Missy.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Bye.
All right, so now what I'm going to do is if you have any questions, please ask, but I'm also just going to share my screen and show you the cabin so you can see the cabin, and then I'm going to show you the itinerary. Okay, I think. Let's see. So this is the cabin. It's called, ooh, let's turn down the volume. It's not, here we go. Okay, here's the cabin. And it's called Majestic View. It's really beautiful. This is the view that you see. This is the same cabin we used last year because it was an immersion cabin. So like, yeah, oops, wrong one. Wait, go back. There we go. Okay, so let me go back just a little bit. There we go. So there's the view. And inside, you know, when you walk in, it's got these gorgeous ceilings. This is the 10-foot window that we saw the Fae being in way up. Near the middle. And then this is above. We have, you know, we have king size rooms or deluxe, and we have a queen, and then we have some queen shared. The queen sold out and the king's almost sold out. We have just one left. And then we have a few shared spaces in the shared rooms, which, you know, everyone has an ensuite bathroom. This is the outside. It's incredible. And you know, so this is like the king deluxe room. You can see it has a jet tub. It has like a fireplace, which may or may not work at that time of year. This is the downstairs where we do a lot of our work together because there's so much room. And we're only 7 or 8 people, so that makes it really nice, small, and yet, you know, still intimate. And here's the bathroom that's the shared room. Still, that one's still available. Another, it kind of shows you all the rooms. So another king. But we just have one left because it is May 1st. There's the jacuzzi for everybody. This is the upstairs little sitting area. And ooh, let's keep going. Yeah, so we got more rooms. Let's just go a little bit faster, get past the rooms, and I'll show you. There we go. And then another view. There's the view. It's so nice. And this is the front porch. Yeah, that's basically the whole cabin. It's just really spacious. Then yeah, at night it's really nice at night where you can just see the darkness out there. Sometimes you can see a little bit of city lights, at least in the cabin we used last time had city lights in it. That was kind of fun, but I prefer this one. It's nice. So now I'm going to show you now I'm going to show you just the retreat itinerary. So let's see if I can get it up here. Okay. So what are we doing at the retreat? Okay, so this is the first day. Everybody comes in. It's 4:30. Now, the day before, what we're going to do is we're going to start with a cabin clearing because we're not going into any cabin unless it's clear. See if this works a little better. No, it doesn't. Okay. Wait, go back. Let's try this again. There we go. Okay. Cabin clearing. And so, but we do all the clearing that we can, but then when we show up, we need to clear it a little more. So there's the cabin clearing on Wednesday is a Zoom call. You can come in. If you're a master teacher, you can help us if you know how to clear. If not, you'll learn a few things and it's fun. Or you can watch the replay later if you're busy. And we give everyone a safe traveling healing too, to make sure everything's is going well so everybody can get there safely, and just give a little extra Reiki healing for all that. So when we show up, that's what we do. It's optional. If you're tired and you don't want to do it, that's fine. We clear everything again and kind of, work with everybody. Do you feel this? Can you feel that? Do you sense that? Kind of helps. And then we do this liquid Reiki group sound healing with intention setting and block clearing. So I think it's really important when you come to retreat to think about like how you want this to go. Like, do you have some ideas of what you'd like to do? Let's remove any blocks to that. This one is so much about channeling. So, you want to bring through that channeling. You want to feel really close with the Fae. Like you want whatever it is, we're going to work on it. And then we also call in the Fae, call in the helpers. And then the next day we have the self-serve breakfast. I provide out all the food. Of course, it's all inclusive. And Missy usually makes coffee in the morning. So you have your breakfast, and then if you are one of my Reiki students, psychic Reiki healing students get a Reiki attunement at 10. And if you'd like to be, we can certainly pull this off for you. If you want to take some of my psychic Reiki healing courses or one course and get the attunement, it's really nice to have that in-person attunement. And then we'll work with a Fire Fae. I'm going to be doing a group healing by them, trance channeling. Then we'll talk about our timeline work, which is a big part of this retreat. We're going to be talking about timeline work. We have a little worksheet. We're going to be talking about what timeline we want to be on and how we can get to that timeline. So this is really important work, and we want to have the life that we dream about, and we want to get there, and it is fully within our grasp to do so. It really is. We can do that. So that's what we're going to do. And so we have like a worksheet. We're going to talk about it, and then we'll get some guidance by channeling the Fae, and we'll all take turns doing it. And, you know, if you've never channeled before, I'll teach you. I'll help you do more than what you're doing. It's all part of the retreat, so that'll be fun. Then we have lunch. It's catered. Chef David, it's amazing. And then in the afternoon, we have the Fire Fae attunement. I'm going to be doing this new veil thinning that I was talking about earlier to like bring the Fae in so we can see them a little bit better. Then we'll do a silent expansion. If you've never sat in a room full of light workers in silence for 20 minutes, like, you have not lived. I'm telling you, it sounds horrible, but it's amazing. And it will just change your life. And then we'll talk about it a little bit. And we'll channel, we'll do some healing. We'll all take turns. If you're a beginner and, you know, I'll help you, or if you want to just give, you know, it's totally optional practice. You can just give impressions, but it's really fun, and it's very supportive atmosphere for that sort of thing. So it's nothing to be afraid of. And there's nobody who is too much of a beginner to come. I help beginners all the time. It's part of what I do. And it's definitely like within your grasp. And if you want to talk about that, we can. Then we have free time. There's so much to do. You know, you can go for a walk. You can go on the, you know, you can play games. You can just chill. You can go in the jacuzzi. Like, there's lots to do. And then we'll practice channeling in the evening again. And Kamisha, we're excited to have you. Should we bring any crystals, incense, or anything like that? If you want, you can. Yeah, we're going to go also buy some crystals if you want. So here's the next part. Yeah, if you want to bring it, you can. You don't need to. You will have a gift bag, which will have some crystals in it and things like that. Like, I give you a big gift bag, and I always give crystals for making a sacred circle and things like that. I also put crystals around the retreat when I get there as part of the clearing. So you don't like need them, but if you want to, you can. And incense, I'm not sure about if we can burn incense, but you could do it on the porch. Almost every room opens to the porch. If not, you're just steps away from going on. There's a porch on every level, all 3 levels. There's a porch. This is amazing. So this is Saturday. You're going to have your breakfast again. Then we go on a field trip. We're going to go have brunch. We're going to a Fae village. It's amazing. And if you want to see the pictures of this, it's on the retreat page. It's also on I have so many videos that you can watch on my YouTube channel at Soundwaves Heal. And it's on this retreat page too. The main video. And then there's more. If you watch to the end of the video, it'll show you one of the other videos you can click on. So it's pretty easy to find. So we're going to go to this Fae village. It's so cute. It's like all these Fae, like dwellings sort of. And they'll give us a tour too with a ferry. The ferry gives us a tour, a little fun. We're going to be doing archery just for fun. It's just a fun day. And then of course we're going to have brunch at their Willow's Landing, which is their restaurant. And then after we hang out there for a couple hours, we're going to go to the crystal shop, Knife Works. It's in Sevierville as well in Tennessee. And it's like weirdest. It's this huge crystal store. It's so strange. It's very weird and fun. Like, cause they also sell all this other stuff. Like they have all these, like they have dinosaur bones and like war memorabilia. They have tons of stuff, and they have huge crystals. Like their crystals the huge ones are really inexpensive. It's a great place to stock up. And you can always find something there for a good price. I mean, really the best price. So we'll be doing that. And then after that, I'm always going to give you a snack. We always have snacks. The free time, we have catered dinner, of course. And then that night, we're going to do meditation, the ultimate highest timeline connection. So we have 2 meditations in this retreat. And one will connect you. It's it's a 2-part way to get you to your goal, which is something that I've found really works with jumping timelines. I've been working with timelines a while for the past year, so I've learned that this is the best way. And there's a couple of surprise things we're going to do too that you'll find out when we get there. And then we also have door prizes. So P.S. if you're watching and you would like to get your brand into this retreat, please contact me. I'll be sending that out this week in my newsletter, but just love door prizes from other light workers, and we always have so much. And also things for the goodie bags if you want to give something, if you want to donate something. It's super great for your business, and it's really fun to receive all that. So then on Sunday, we're going to start with Fire Awakening, Trance Channeling, and Attunement with the Fae. So the Fire Awakening, Trance Channel, and Attunement is 2-part. It's attuning to these fire fae, sure, but also to the Fire Awakening, which is something that the Fae is going to explain to us, and it's very cool. And then we're going to do the Light Language Attunement, Phoenix and Fae. Light Language Attunement, they're calling it Be the Rebirth, which is pretty cool. And then another silent expansion, 20 minutes. And then discussion and practice of light language, Fae channeling, trance channeling, just guidance is needed. Then we're going to take some pro photos. I like to just get a picture of everybody, and you can take pictures by yourself if you want. I'll send you the link to all the pictures afterwards if you want to download them. And then we have a beautiful lunch. And in the afternoon, the focus, we're going to work again on that worksheet, discussion, and then the meditation, the pit stop, highest timeline for faster manifestation. This is something that we do. And then attunement to this future you, the future building of the highest timeline. So that's like our kind of goal here. Channeling and trance channeling practice, free time. We're going to have a really amazing enchilada dinner that night. And then we'll do the CE5, Star Being Contact. We're going to combine my methods and Dr. Greer's methods to contact benevolent ETs and mine to connect to the Fae. And of course, you'll be connected. It contains a liquid Reiki starseed, vibrational starseed connection attunement. Then there's the last day. Some people leave really early for their flight. And if you do, of course, if you want, I'll pack you a little breakfast you can take with you, and we'll have coffee. But that's what we do. We just sort of mosey around, have coffee, hang out, check out. We do a safe home blessing for everybody, make sure everybody gets home safely. And then if, your flight's later or you're driving and you want to just hang out afterwards, then we have an optional go for coffee after that. So that's kind of all it. And, that's not exactly the, some of those days are a bit mixed up because it's public, but that gives you an idea of what we're doing. Those are the offers that we're doing exactly, but just maybe not in that order. I always like to keep the private one private, but it's such a good time. I can't tell you enough. You've heard about it, and I'd love to have you. I know it's coming up quick. I almost didn't do it this year, but I really just couldn't go without doing it. I have another retreat in the fall, and it's in Costa Rica. It's my more luxury retreat. It's a week, and so I wasn't going to do it, but then I just had to go. And then Missy and I we really wanted to go. So kind of put it up last minute, but I did it last year too. So we always fill up. So I'd love to have you go ahead and take this time for yourself. It's really important to take a break, especially if you're an entrepreneur, really important. And it'll really fuel you for the whole year. It really will. So thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And Kamisha, we're so excited to meet you in person. And thank you, Shauna, for posting. It is absolutely full of magic. And getting to know the Fae is the best. As you guys know, I have my own Fae deck. If you want, I'll give you a card from it right now, group card and healing. Before we sign off, there will be some great, some things in this deck, kind of led me to this. Like we have, if I can find it, I didn't even know there were lava mermaids before I made this deck. Because some of these beings came forward to me that I didn't know about. And so like Earth Lee, the lava mermaid, the Lemurian lava mermaid, this one, that, she was like the first lava mermaid that I met. And we're definitely going to be attuning to them. And they're so neat. So it's just, we have all these things listed, but we just kind of go through it And sometimes things pop up. Sometimes we take a break and delay when we get together. It's a lot more time together than you think during the day. And so we really do take time for rest. It's really important. You don't have to go to every single thing. If you need to rest and you want to skip something, it's no one's going to bat an eye. It's totally fine. We want you to prioritize you. Okay, so here's the card for everyone. It's Milo, the crystal mermaid. These are Atlantean crystal mermaids. Self-forgiveness. And I'll channel, actually it's Milo. I'll channel Milo and healing for you. There's always space for self-forgiveness. There's always a deeper space within that can be forgiven more. And this is one of the most profound healings that humans can do for themselves, to forgive themselves not only for those things in the past, but those things in the moment, those times when things aren't perfect, those times when things aren't social media perfect, when you say the wrong thing, when you stumble, when you fail. Because humans fail, and that is where you learn the greatest learning. That is where you really face yourself and see that there's a better way. And there's no one who is enlightened or spiritual who hasn't been through many dark nights of the soul or many mistakes or many failings, because that is how you grow. And so there's nothing to be ashamed of. And so don't be ashamed of failures of the past, for that is what makes you whole, what makes you good. And I have a healing for you for your own self-forgiveness. All right, that was Milo, the Crystal Mermaid. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions about the retreat, reach out. Go to soundwaveheal.com and you can find all the info. And you can also contact me on Instagram or Facebook at Sound Waves Heal. Okay? Thank you so much for coming. Bye.